Hello everyone, this is Dana Talvert, and today we are looking at a double feature for this build. We are looking at my Toa and Turaga Lhikan builds. Now you may be wondering, you built Toa Lhikan, but you didn't use his mask. And the simple explanation for that is, I don't own a Turaga Lhikan or a Toa Lhikan mask. So I just used Hows because Lhikan's mask is a How. So I just used the 2015 How. Pretty sure this is considered an illegal technique, mounting a How onto a Glatorian head, but I didn't have any of the red eyes for the 2015 style heads, so I kind of had to cheat it with a Glatorian head. And then for the Turaga, I used a Stars Golden How to achieve the head. So I guess we'll do like Bionicle 2 and start with the Toa form before we go to the Turaga. So this one, it started off as me wanting to make a miniaturized, like almost Hero Factory style version of Master Tahu, but then I was like, this kind of looks like Lhikan, so then I modified it and made it into a Lhikan. This piece is on a ball joint because that's how I get it up on the torso where I want it. That's got ball jointed hips, ball jointed knees, ball jointed ankles with friction extenders, which makes them really creaky. Ball jointed shoulders, hinge elbows, ball jointed wrists. And the reason it has hinge elbows instead of ball jointed elbows was I was running out of the ball jointed size version, the ball jointed version of this piece. So I used the hinge because I had like a million of those sitting around because I don't use them because they have no articulation. For the back, it's got this pretty complicated thing so that he can mount his blades here like he does in the movie where he just sets them on his back. The blades, obviously they're just 2015 Tahu's blades, but instead of fire, I used this piece to get it like in the movie where it has like the stripes. He can still hold them. It's not as secure because the peg is much shorter. And if you take these black parts off with them, when you take them off, then you can mount it as a surfboard like he does in the film. Whoop, I just knocked the helmet off because it's not a secure connection, so it comes off easy. But that does it for the Toa Lhikan revamp. He's got very loose knees. His knees have loosened significantly from just sitting on the shelf, which is one problem with Bionicle stuff, is if you just leave it sitting for too long, the joints loosen really bad, which is kind of annoying. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they realized after Hero Factory that happening that they would just make every piece have the friction adder built into it. That would have been so nice if LEGO did that, but they didn't, which is really disappointing, and we probably won't see it again because they're getting rid of CCBS entirely, so we'll probably never see enhanced version of these pieces. Now, for the significantly more interesting build, Miramax style Turaga Lhikan. And I say Miramax style because obviously we have an official Turaga Lhikan set that exists. Well, it's not called Turaga Lhikan, but it's considered Turaga Lhikan by the community. So there's an official set for it, so that's why I say Miramax style, because I based it heavily off of the Miramax movies version of the Turaga. So for articulation, the arms can hinge up and they can spin. There aren't any elbows, and there are ball jointed wrists. For the neck, there's a ball joint in the back and a ball joint in the front. So you can look around. You can do that, which, why would you do that? It's meant to give them the even more of a hunchback look, is why I put it on that sort of joint. The legs are on just ball joints at the hip and ball joints at the foot. And then the more interesting thing is the backpack, because I wanted to do the stripe things that they have in the movies, and I also wanted to fill out the torso. So the way that I accomplish this is by having this big mechanism using the ball jointed piece, I mean not the ball joint, the gear function piece from the 2015 Toa, mounted on a hinge that's connected to a hand piece. And it just hinges, just nicely fits in between the shoulders and creates the big cape thing to cover up the back, which I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of having just a nice cohesive build. It's just a little guy. If I had the parts, I would totally make one of these, this exact same build, but with just some different colors for every single Turaga. But I don't have any of those parts, and I don't really want to spend the money to go and buy all those parts, at least right now. So for now, all I've got is Turaga Lhikan, but he's pretty cool. So just once again, let's do a shot of the Toa and Turaga versions of Lhikan next to each other. Originally, well, actually, before I even decided to make this Lhikan, I was gonna make it a Vakama build to go with Lhikan, because that made sense. But then I realized I don't have any mask that looks like Vakama's mask, so I went with 2 Lhikans, which, I mean, hey, you never have too many Lhikans, because Lhikan is one of the cooler Toa, at least in the films. In the just general lore, Toa 2 yet is my favorite Toa, but I don't have any parts to make 2 yet, and we don't have an official picture of 2 yet, and we probably won't, because the TTV canonization contests are over and won't happen anymore. But anyway, that's it for my Lhikans. So see ya in the next video.